It is the wedding everyone has heard about, especially recently after Prince William married Kate Middleton. It is the wedding of Lady Diana and Prince Charles. Princess Diana was born July 1st, 1961 in Sandringham, England. She was the daughter of Viscount Althorp and Frances Ruth Burke Roach. However, when she was 6, her parents divorced and she lived with her father. Diana first attended Riddlesworth Hall Primary School, then headed off to West Heath Boarding School. When she was 14, she became Lady Diana, when her father became the Earl Spencer. She then attended the Institut Alpine Videmont in Switzerland for finishing school. Afterwards, Diana became a kindergarten teacher at the Young England School and a nanny to an American boy. She had actually gotten the job through friends.
I wanted to teach children and they said, why not come along? So I first started off doing afternoons and then I took over the mornings and did whole days. But I only worked 3 days a week at kindergarten and the other 2 I looked after American baby boy.
She was always happy and outgoing, showed a great sense of humour and was very relaxed with the children.
Be in a position where I could listen to people and maybe share the knowledge on some sort, like counselling or something.
Diana's husband, Prince Charles, was born November 14th, 1948 in London, England. At 3 years of age, his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, inherited the throne from his grandfather, King George VI. This gave Charles the title the Duke of Cornwall, and he would be the next heir to the throne since he is the eldest of his siblings. Prince Charles attended the Hill House School in West London, and then the Cheam School, the Gordonstown in Scotland, and the Trinity College, which is a part of the University of Cambridge. There he studied archaeology, anthropology, and history. In 1971, he joined the Royal Navy and became a helicopter pilot for 5 years, until he left the Navy in 1976. The same year, Prince Charles created the Prince's Trust, a charity to help improve the lives of disadvantaged youth, a passion similar to Diana's. Unbeknownst to Charles, he'd be meeting his future wife a year later.
It was 1977 that Charles came to stay as a friend of my sister Sarah's for a shoot. We sort of met in a ploughed field.
Well, I remember thinking what a very jolly and amusing and attractive 16-year-old she was. And, I mean, great fun, and bouncy and full of life and everything.
The couple actually began dating in 1980. 6 months later, on February 13th, 1981, Prince Charles proposed to Lady Diana a few days before her trip to Australia, so she could have a few weeks in Australia to think of her answer. Surprisingly to Charles, she said yes on the spot when he popped the question, and the engagement was announced 3 weeks later. And of course, keeping English class, he asked her father first in order to marry.
And he said, rather surprisingly, she agreed to marry me, he said.
The wedding occurred on July 29th, 1981 at St. Paul's Cathedral. Diana was 20 and Charles was 32. 750,000 saw on television, and about 250,000 turned in over the radio. Princess Diana's dress was widely talked about. It was a puff-ball meringue wedding dress with silk taffeta and lace. It was hand-embroidered with sequins and diamonds, and 10,000 pearls designed by Elizabeth and David Emanuel, with a 25-foot-long train. The wedding defied quite a few traditions, including the fact that she was a British citizen, what is normally a marriage with another heir to form an alliance between two countries. There was also a kiss on the balcony at the Buckingham Palace. This tradition was actually followed by Kate Middleton and William during their wedding this year. And then also Diana did not throw her veil back during the walk down the aisle, and during the vows, Diana did not say she'd obey Charles. The wedding is very similar to the modern-day William and Kate wedding, in the aspect that it is symbolic of unity, strength, and loyalty. These symbols reflected onto the nation during a time with common outbreaks of violence and economic struggles. The wedding united the country by giving people the realization of love, self-dedication, and fruitfulness, which in turn raised the spirits of people. Diana and Charles were very thankful to the immense support of the people and in turn did everything they could for the Commonwealth.
We've obviously spent hours of work on paintings, pictures, cards, anything like that, and things they've baked at home.
On June 21st, 1982, Diana gave birth to Prince William Arthur Philip Louis, and 2 years later gave birth again to Prince Henry Charles Albert David, also called Prince Harry, which occurred on September 15th, 1984. Unfortunately, Prince Charles and Princess Diana's marriage began to fall apart when both spouses committed adultery. The press also claimed that Princess Diana suffered from bulimia and depression during this time. In 1992, the Prime Minister John Major announced that the couple had separated, and in 1996, the divorce was finalized. Princess Diana still remained popular with the press, and used it to spread awareness of AIDS, children and homeless people in need, and dangers of landmines.
Really, all the press and the media, they all loved Diana and treated her really as well as they were able to, because they were journalists. It was their job. But Diana stood up to it wonderfully well.
Her connections with the press went too far, though. On August 30th, 1997, when she met with her lover, an Egyptian film producer and playboy, Dodi Al-Fayed, it caused a media frenzy in Paris. The media chased Diana and Dodi into a car crash. It was partially caused by Diana's driver's high blood alcohol level, and Diana died in the hospital a few hours later. A funeral was held for her at Westminster Abbey, the same place William and Kate would marry more than a decade later.